So welcome back to the Champ de Mars tournament, expert division, qualifying round, hole number 3. Here we're going to be setting up for a Guardian backspin shot at the Albatross. You can use Kingmaker, Kingslayer, P4, P5, anything P3 plus Wind 3 or 4. I'm going to use a Kingslayer here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of top spin because I have it. So here's what I would recommend, right? If you're using a P3 ball and you have 6.5 top spin, that's what I would recommend using. If you're APOC 4 or 5, I would definitely recommend using a P4 or a P5 ball, just so that you don't pull into OP on your approach shot. But we're setting up at P3 max extension, 6 top, 2 or 3 left spin, depending on what ball you're using. Like I said, I'm using 6.5 top, and that is because I'm sticking with the P3 ball. But our starting position is here. So with spin added at P3 max extension, I'm using the ball guide in reference to these shadows here on the opposite rough. So if you've got 3 side spin, then you want touching this top part of the shadow here, like you see here. And then if you're only using 2 side spin, like say you're using a luminary type ball, then you want to set up with your ball guide touching the tip of this side of the shadow. So you're either going to be here or here. This is 3 side spin, this is 2 side spin. Alright. P3 max extension. Release, adjust P3 plus 10 max, and then you'll push back to max. If you're using a P4 or a P5 ball, then you push back to the top of the plus 16, right? You can use the P4 or P5 ball. It also slows down the needle speed for your shot here. Full left curl, full overpower, hit perfect. If you're using a luminary type ball, that needle will be a whole lot slower. It'll be a lot easier to hit the perfect shot there. If you're using a P4 or a P5 ball, you're still going to use P3 plus 10 max in the app. You're still going to use P3 plus 0% elevation on the approach shot, and you're still going to use Guardian P3 plus yard numbers for your approach shot. So the approach, again, P3, 0% elevation at slider. We're using max backspin with 1 left spin. And we're setting up so that the second bounce is splitting the line, 1 line above the cup, and the third bounce is touching the line 2 lines above the cup. So the second bounce is splitting this line here, and the third bounce is on this line here, or very close to it, right? That's our offset for this shot. Plus 1 is 77, plus 2 is 79, 3 is 81, 4 is 83, 5 is 85, plus 6 is 87, plus 7 is 89, plus 8 is 92, 9 is 94, 10 is 96, 11 is 98, and 12 is obviously 100. One other thing you need to know, if your winds are 6.5 or less, you'll need to shift a little bit to the right because you don't get as much wind push to the right. So shift your starting position just a touch to the right, quarter square, around a quarter of a square or a cup to the right. If your wind is 8 mile an hour plus, on the approach, then you'll need to use a little bit of underpower, because what's happening is we're pulling further up that slope to the left, and you're going to end up bouncing long and missing right. So if you have high winds above 8, use teeth underpower. If you have low winds 6.5 or lower, then shift right just a touch. Either way, nice easy eagle with a really good chance at a drop for the albatross. If you practice this one a couple of times, get your pull angles squared away, you should have a really good chance at a drop here. P3, 0% at slider, max back, 1 left. If anything, favor a slight 1159 on the approach. Beyond that, I wish you the best of luck. Hope you get the drop, and we'll see you on the next hole.